Welcome to today's video. I am sketching my own profile today. So I've got two mirrors set up and I've been trying to figure out how to get my profile to show. So that's the first thing you need to do, is get set up with all your supplies. I had problems using my viewfinder. I was holding it in one hand and it just I decided to just sketch myself without it, so we're going completely freehand here. So now I'm feeling a little bit lost because I'm not doing what Betty Edwards had the beginners start with, which was the viewfinder, and just having to cite everything on my own. And so there are tons and tons of adjustments. This whole thing, honestly, I felt like I was sculpting with my eraser and using my eraser more than my pencil, which is fine. I understand this is a process that has to start somewhere. So the one thing that really helped was having my toned paper, though, especially since I'm doing a lot of erasing. I could find a better eraser, though. This one just doesn't work very well. So yeah, this does look like a person, but it doesn't look like me. The eyes look angry. The chin is like cut off, but I'm going to keep making some adjustments and try to get it closer to my likeness. So just trying to cite some things like the ear, and again, I'll just say ignore the crosshairs on the paper. I didn't even use them because I didn't use my viewfinder. So yeah, the face is much more scrunched than my real profile. Another thing that was an issue that needs to be set up better is that my mirror situation, one of the mirrors is a small, kind of like a makeup mirror, and I kept shifting my face, so my neck and everything was off just because I'm not sitting perfectly still. And again, if I would have been able to have a viewfinder that I could have propped up somewhere and I wasn't touching it, that would have helped also, because then I could have used these crosshairs to just cite everything. That was just to be kind of like training wheels for beginning sketch artists. Anyway, this is still super helpful to me. Just getting in the practice, just like I do with my birds. I've gotten so good with citing birds and knowing when they're off and being able to quickly make adjustments, and it's the same thing with the face. It's just I would say definitely, okay, so here I am and I go ahead and I'm making more adjustments. The head's way too big. I think when I was reading in Betty Edwards' book that a lot of people cut off the head, so I think I made it extra large, like I had a football helmet on or something. So I'm just going back, trying to stay in the right side of my brain and just cite everything. And I decide even to move my ear back, but first I've got to erase part of it. My face is still also too flat. It should be more rounded, and it's hard because I know I'm still going into my logical brain and saying, well, no, the nose kind of comes out, but I can just see, like, if I had a dotted line, it still like should be shaped like an egg almost, my face, and then have, you know, my lips kind of jutting out and the dimple in my chin, and the place where your glasses sit on your nose bridge should come out. I also didn't really do my distinct jawline, so I didn't allow enough room. My neck should be longer. It is in real life. So this is all really off. But again, just practicing here. One of my first sketches of myself, so I think I've only done it before from photos of myself, so this is live. So a lot of things to think about. Definitely, I would suggest, if you haven't done this, it's a great exercise to do. Some of the best tips, I would say, things that aren't working that you should do is get set up properly, get your mirrors in place. If you're going to sketch yourself, allow enough time. I only allowed about 20 minutes. It's after midnight. It's actually after 1 a.m. now, so I was tired. I would say be well rested, not at the end of the day like I am right now. Also, have proper tools. My eraser is just smearing everything, so make sure you have proper tools, then it will be more of a joy, and you'll have better results. So things that are going well are the toned paper. Like I said, I'm spending as much time erasing, and I feel like I'm sculpting actually. So that's kind of helpful to have that toned paper to work with. And then also this handheld large clipboard is super helpful. I really like it because I can clip the paper on at the top, but it's big enough. It's like a little table, so it's also got a little hole in it, like a handle you can hold on to. And then, as you can see, it's got the lines, the grid. So yeah, what else can I say? So just trying to make adjustments now on my ear and my head, and getting it a little closer to real life, and pushing out my face a little bit. It's still not pushed out enough. It's too flat, and my jaw, there's like no jawline. So but there's only so much you can do without starting over, and it's just too late to start over, so I'm going to just keep going with what I've got. I mean, she does look, you know, she looks like she's starting to look human. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. We're not done. Surprise. Okay, we're going to keep going. I forgot I kept going, and I'm glad I keep going because I need some help here. So let's see what we're doing. This is where I decide to raise everything slightly. Yeah, so again, I'm grateful for the toned paper, and I'm just going to raise my nose and my lips a little bit and give a little more room for my chin. Already I look like I'm happier and more awake. That definitely helped, giving myself a little facelift there. So I still don't look like me. My face is still too flat. I noticed. I'm just not sure how I can make the adjustment without erasing my entire face. So I think I decided to just work on each individual part, like lips, eyes, and a profile nose, and my ear, and just leave the fact that my face is smashed flat for another day and another drawing. Yeah, like I said, it's after 1, so I'm just gonna focus on some things that I can fix that'll help, like, okay, yeah, my ponytail I had it way too far out. I think I read about Betty Edwards having heads that are too chopped off, and so I made mine extra long. And so it's all these little adjustments and corrections. And I know definitely it's better to just put down the right lines at the beginning, but you know, I've also heard it said, you know, if you're not sure, just make a line. You can always erase it, and you're more likely to get it right if you just put it down. So, yeah, I think just trying to erase and sculpt. Make some of the corrections with my eraser. Yeah, I just can't say enough. My head is too flat. I would definitely say if you're going to do this exercise, it's really helpful to maybe take a photo of it and then look at it on your camera. Maybe even flip it if you have an editing tool that can flip things, because yeah, it just, when I saw the photo of it on my camera, it even was more pronounced that my face is not correct. But it's better than it was. So, yeah. Now at this point, I decided to do some measurements, and I realized that I'm still, I think my head's too long. So it is helpful to use the pencil for just sighting your scale to make sure that the proportions are equal and correct to the actual subject. So my ear was off, so I decided to push my ear back, and I was frustrated because that eraser just didn't take the pencil marks away. So I'm going to be shopping for a better eraser for these types of pencils I'm working with. And maybe even a different paper. This is honestly just copy paper. So I'm going to be experimenting. And I don't know if you saw, I tried several crayons before I found one that would actually make marks here. So I'm just making a few more to just highlight some of the areas I want to. Anyway, now we're done. So go ahead and try if you haven't done a profile sketch of yourself.